Hi everyone, how are we all doing? We good? I hope so. Today I wanted to talk about books that I wanted to read in 2017. I explained in my weekly vlog that went up a couple of weeks ago now. I wanted to add another little goal to my 2017 goals, and that was to read more books, because I admit in the past 4 years I have not been reading books, and my excuse is that I did a lot of subjects for GCSE and A-level that were based on textbooks, so a lot of reading was involved in the subject, and you had to read around the subject, especially history. You had to read around to get loads of different ideas on how it works and what happened at the time and things like that, to develop your own thoughts. Whereas these A-levels that I am doing now, for those of you who don't know, I do film, media, IT and photography. Those A-levels require a lot less reading, which is amazing. For the first time in a while, whilst I've been in education, I've actually picked up a book and started reading, and I downloaded the Goodreads app on my phone, and I'm like tracking how much I'm reading and things like that. So I'm hoping 2017 is the year that I actually read, because I used to love reading and I read a load in the summer, but throughout the rest of the year I don't read. So I set myself a little challenge of 1 book a month, which isn't a lot, but it's a start. So my challenge for 2017 is to read 12 books, and I'm using the Goodreads app to help me track my reading journey, I suppose. Also, I'm using the Goodreads app to recommend books. It's recommending books to me that, you don't even think about reading. Let's have a look at the books that I have picked to read this year. We better start with the one I'm actually currently reading at the moment, which is Girl Online on Tour. Nope. Girl Online Going Solo by Zoe Sugg. So far, I can tell you how far through I am. I am 63% according to the Goodreads app through the book. Can you focus on this? I don't even know if that was in focus or not, but we're gonna go with it. So far, I'm really enjoying this. I really enjoyed Girl Online and Girl Online on Tour, and I am really enjoying this. A lot of the books that I have decided to pick are young adult books, because I find them really easy to read, and I want to get myself back into reading, so I'm starting with easy reads, and then hopefully we'll be able to build my way up to a more adult type book. I don't know, but I'm really enjoying this. I got this as part of my Christmas present and I'm loving it. Really recommend this book. Fangirl. This was part of Zoella's book club a while ago, and as you can see, I kind of already started reading it, but I kind of stopped reading as soon as I went back to college, and I want to read again, so I want to read this. This is by Rainbow Rowell. It's basically about twins who go to university, and they want one of them wants time apart, the other one wants to be with her twin, and the one that wants to be with her twin writes fan fiction. So I thought that was quite interesting. I've never read a book about things like that. So now, as I said, I really love history, and I like reading history books, and a book that I found one day was this one called Leaving Berlin by Joseph Cannon. This isn't a young adult book. This is like, I don't really know what kind of book this is, but basically about someone who escaped the Nazis because he was a Jew, and he went to America before World War II. Really excited to read this. I love these kind of books that explain situations and stuff about the past, and I love history, so I feel like this is going to be an amazing book for me, because it's kind of like a diary, but it's not, because it's fiction, but I'm excited to read this. The Potion Diaries Royal Tour by Amy Allwood. I read the first one of these back in the summer when I was in Spain, and I fell in love with it, and then a few months later the second book came out, and I haven't read this yet. I got it for Christmas and I'm so excited to read this. The first book was about a princess who had like poisoned herself or given herself a love potion, and she fell in love with herself, and it was a race between all like the the potion maker people, to counteract the spell, so she didn't fall in love with herself, or she unfell in love. She got out of love, she broke up with herself. I don't know, it's weird, but it was really interesting. It was real fantasy and really nice. And this one is the next book in the series. and it's about the girl who won the little showdown thing, punt thing, potion war thing, I don't really know what it's called, and it's about what she's been doing since, I reckon. Her relationship with her new boyfriend, so excited to read that also. Oh, the Potion Diaries was in Zoella's book club as well, and because I liked it so much I really wanted to read the second one. Again, another book I recommend. Another book in Zoe's book club. You can tell there's a current theme going on. I bought all the books from the book club and never actually read them, so this year that is my plan. So this one is The Sky Is Everything by Jandy Nelson. This one I think I made a vlog about, well, I mentioned in a vlog or something, I can't remember. The main protagonist of this book has lost her sister. That's kind of depressing, but it's also really relevant to me because, for those of you who don't know, my dad died when I was younger, and you know, I mean, it's not a sibling because I don't have like a real sibling. Like, I mean, I have step siblings, but they don't really count. This book I'm so excited to read. I really want to read this book really badly, considering it talks about something that's so emotional, and yeah, I need to read this really badly. This is book number 6. This is Before I Die by Jenny Down something. There's a sticker covering her name. Jenny Downham. This is an adult book. I actually picked this up in a like secondhand book fair thingy. I don't really know where. It's like quite romantic and stuff. Oh hello. I forgot what this book was about. The first line at the back of the book was 16-year-old Tessa is going to die. Oh, it's about her making a bucket list. Oh, perhaps it's a romantic book, but it's about her making a bucket list and how everything doesn't always happen on your bucket list and things like that. That's depressing. I didn't remember it being that depressing. Get the books off the bookshelf, yeah. Oh look, another book from the Zoella book club that I haven't read. This is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I like the front cover of it. I like the shiny writing. It's a tale of love and romance, also a tale of tragedy. Don't really know what this is about, but they won a Goodreads Choice Award in 2014. I'm obsessed with the Goodreads app at the moment, so it must be a good one. Again, another Zoella book. Beautiful Broken Things by it's either Sarah or Sarah Barnard. Yeah, again, don't know what this one's about, but I want to read this, and I really, again, love the front cover of this. Like, this is just an on-point book. These two books, this one especially, I just really like the front cover of it, not gonna lie. Not going to lie. Da-da-da, what a surprise, got another Zoella sticker on it. This is Billy and Me by Giovanna Fletcher. So, typical me, didn't charge my camera and my battery died, so I don't know where I ended up last speaking to you guys, but I know it was about Giovanna Fletcher's book, Billy and Me. Okay, so this book, Giovanna Fletcher is Tom Fletcher's wife, that's the one. And when I found out she was an author, I bought one of her books, and that is this one right here, which is the You're the One That I Want. I never actually finished reading that book. I started and then just didn't carry on because A-levels last year, so that kind of prevented me, which is a rubbish excuse. But I saw this was in the book club and I really wanted to read it, and I did enjoy reading, or starting to read, Giovanna's You're the One That I Want book, but I just never got around to finishing it. So maybe that's another one I should add to my list. Hang on. Yeah, this one, it came out quite a while ago, not gonna lie. Well, so did Billy and Me, actually. These two books came out ages ago, but I just, you know, you just never get around to reading them, or like, you know, you start reading them and then you kind of forget. I mean, I did get 100 pages in, so maybe I'll pick that one up again. So Billy and Me is about something. About this character called Sophie May, who meets someone, and obviously they fall in love, and it's about their relationship. And You're the One That I Want is, I started reading it, so I kind of know already what it's about, but it's about this girl who's in the middle here. I can't remember her name, but she's in love with sort of two people, and she's getting married to one, but it's not the one that she wants to marry. So all of those kind of things, and all three of them have been friends since childhood. It's Maddie, Ben and Rob. I can't remember which one she wants to marry or which one she does marry, or I Do you know what? I can't really remember, but I want to read both of those. So how many books am I up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's 2 more books that I need to complete my 12 book quota. And the next one I want to talk about is All the Bright Places by, who's this by? Jennifer Niven. I don't know. Everyone has been talking about this book, like everyone, not just Zoe, but other YouTubers, other people. I've read so many things about this and everyone says it's amazing, and I just really need to read this book. I just really want to read this. And I really like the purple cover, actually. I like it purple more than I like the blue, so everyone's been raving about this and given it such good reviews, so that is a book I need to read. This next book that I want to read to complete my 12 book reading thingy-majiggy this year, going on the Goodreads app. I highly recommend this if you want to read more books. Oh, that's it. It's called Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. There we go. That's in focus. And I've wanted to read this book again. It's another one I've wanted to read for a while, so I might just grab it on my Kindle rather than get a book, because obviously they made a movie of it recently and it just looks really nice and amazing, and I really like the look of the movie, and it's got some really great actors in it. And for the life of me I can't remember any of their names right now, but it just looks like such a good movie. I got the movie for Christmas, so I want to read it really soon so I can watch the movie, as I prefer reading the book before I see the movie. And I know probably the book and the movie they're almost 2 completely different things, but I really wanted to read the book, so I'm going to get that book, either download it from my Kindle or get a physical copy. Personally, I prefer using physical copies. I love just holding a book. It's just such a nice feeling, and turning the page, physically doing it. I just love doing that. And I do have a Kindle. I've had it a while, and I like it. It's great for travelling, so I do read books on it, but I just prefer holding a book. So yeah, those are the 12 books that I need to read this year. But knowing me, if I get a real passion for reading, which I do in the summer quite a lot, when I'm like on the beach relaxing, or because I haven't got any school or college work to do, I read a lot over the summer. So I'm going to throw in a couple of extra books that I also want to try and read in 2016. What? No? 2017? That's what I want to read them this year. I didn't read them last year. And one of them is a autobiography, which is Caroline Flack's autobiography, Storm in a Sea Cup. I like Caroline Flack quite a lot. I find, do you know what? I have a girl crush on her. She is stunning. Look at her on the back there. Look at how stunning she looks. And I just feel like she's one of those more down-to-earth celebs, and I just think she's really funny, and I just really like her. On a similar note, another book I want to throw in is this one, which is Ollie Murs On the Road. Yes, that's what it's called. It's basically a book about his life on tour and stuff, and it's quite big, and there's loads of pictures in it, like lots of pictures. And I've seen Ollie Murs on every tour but his first one. I didn't go and see him on his first tour, and I just think this would be a really easy read. Yeah, and I've had this over a year and haven't read it. And normally, like when I get a book on a celebrity that I really like, i.e. this dude, I read it straight away, and I drop the book I'm reading and start reading the one that the celebrities brought out. But with this one, I just never really picked it up and started reading. I don't really know if I can call this a book because there's so many pictures, but it is a book because there's lots of words in it as well. There are 2 books left that I want to throw in for 2017. Again, these books, like I said, are books that I'm not sure if I'm going to get a chance to read, but I really hope I do. And one of them is by John Green. It's An Abundance of Catherine. I really like John Green's writing. I've read The Fault in Our Stars by him and Paper Towns. That's right, Paper Towns. And I picked this one up at the same time as I got those two books. And I've never actually read it. The other two I read purely because the movie was coming out for them and I really wanted to read the book before the movie, but there isn't a movie coming out on this one that I know of at the moment, and so I really would quite like to read this at some point. So that's why I'm just throwing this in as a book to hopefully read this year, in case I read far too many books over summer, as I'm going on a couple of holidays this year, which I'm very excited about. And the last book that I want to read is this one by Carrie Hope Fletcher, which is called All I Know Now. This is another autobiography. I love the cover of it. I love how it's yellow and it's got a little picture of Carrie there. I like taking these little covers off to see the book underneath, and I haven't done it with this one yet, and I've just discovered how cute it looks. I might just take the cover off it like completely. Look at this. So it's got like little stars and hearts on, yellow stars, yellow hearts and purple hearts. And it's got the definition of hopeful on it. I love this. And on the back it's got the little hopeful logo on. That's I did not know that. Oh, that's so nice. Carrie, you've done an amazing job, and the attention to detail. Serious, I did not know that was on there. Gosh, I actually really prefer that without the cover on. That's so nice. Oh man, that is gorgeous. I'm excited to read this because I really love, if you watched my 2016 favourites, you know that this year has been a year that I've just loved Carrie so much. I really want to read her novel that she brought out, which is called On the Other Side. I think that's what it's called. Desperate to read that. So maybe that, I'll add that to my list for 2017, who knows. There's so many other books I want to read, so perhaps maybe if I complete all of these books, which I highly doubt because there are a lot here, if I do complete all of these books, perhaps I will make another video like this for books that I want to read, carry on, but other books that I want to read this year. And yeah, that brings me to the end of all the books that I want to read. There are so many more, like I've said, that I want to read, but I think these are the books for this year, and I expect there'll be a load more books coming out this year that I want to read. I want to talk about the Goodreads app quickly, so you can follow me on that. I'll leave my thing linked, I'll leave like the link for it linked below, so you can go and follow me on Goodreads. So this is what my profile looks like, so you can go follow me on that. I would very much appreciate it. And you can see all the books that I've selected and want to read, and books that I am currently reading. And you can also see how many books I've read, so you can tell me off for not reading books, or you can just tell me off for not updating the app, because I might have read them and just not updated the app. You can also see how far I am through a book. But there are so many more books that I have put on here that I want to read. It's just ridiculous. Come follow me on the Goodreads app. I'm really enjoying it, and it's really encouraging me to read because I just want to update it like whenever I've read more. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like it if you did, I would appreciate that a lot. And subscribe if you are new around here, that would also be very great. Yeah, let me know if there's any books you think I should read this year, or any books that you guys are going to read. So I shall see you soon with another video. Bye!